Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have a game between Root QXE, you may have heard of him, he's the purple Terran on the bottom of Metalopolis, and TT1, member of Fnatic MSI, he's the red Protoss on the right side of the map. These are close running positions, so should be seeing a lot of aggression out of these two players. Not sure if we'll see one base play out of both of them or not. You know, the strategies for TVP have been changing quite a bit lately. We'll see Ghosts still, but not in the same capacity. And from Protoss, you know, High Templar used to be the way to go. Fast Colossi, sometimes the way to go, but just mass gates are so strong against any race. TT1 could also go for that. This is a best of one for the first round of the Root Warzone Invitational Tournament, and the loser will be eliminated. There's no double elimination or anything like that. It's this game and you're out. The winner will progress into a best of three format in the quarterfinals though, and they're playing for a $3,500 prize pool. I've been casting a lot of replays from this tournament, so if you want to see games from people like TLO, White Raw, Kiwi Kaki, and more, there are some on my channel already, and there will be more in the very near future, so stick around. Kiwi Kaki actually had a really entertaining game to me anyway, and In Control versus Huck was pretty amusing as well, so I will recommend Huck versus In Control at least. QXE is doing pretty standard stuff here, no sneaky hidden barracks or anything like that. It's so rare that you'll see that out of these pro players, especially in a best of one format. Those sort of all-in strategies are not too common, but they are very exciting when they do happen. I expect to see things like that out of people like Capoch, who builds his entire StarCraft 2 legacy around hiding pylons in your base. But TT1 and QXE, of course, are very, very solid players. QXE is actually building a second barracks way up here, sort of hidden from view, so that is actually a little bit of a surprise there. It's not the exact straight-up play that I would expect, so I like to see that. TT1, most recently notable for his second place finish at MLG Dallas. QXE, of course, has finished top 15 in all three of those. QXE also just won the EG Masters Cup Series, played this past weekend, so both of these players are incredibly good at the game. Two of the best players in North America. I'm very surprised that these guys got matched up so early in this tournament, but there are so many good players in this Root Warzone tournament that it's bound to happen. You're going to have some great games, I'm sure, and I haven't actually seen hardly any of them, so I'm going to cast as many as I can, even from the best of three series, so watch out for those in the future. And what is QXE doing with this sneaky barracks? TT1 actually did not see it at all. I'm going to go ahead and verify that so I'm not a liar. Yeah, TT1 didn't see that, so this Tech Lab barracks just chilling by itself here. Not sure what's going to come out of it. Looks like a single Marauder is trying to, but QXE is supply capped. He's getting concussive shells very quickly. The supply depot will be finished any second. There it goes. So QXE getting a single Reaper. Looks like the old Cawthon Luck build could be in the works here, and we call it the Cawthon Luck build. If you know, some players, some of you might not even know who Cawthon Luck is. That's how long this game has actually been out, where we could have a star-studded player like Cawthon Luck inventing all these builds and already sort of dropped away from the scene. Unfortunately for us, he was a very, very innovative Terran player. And basically the whole idea of it is you bring one Reaper with a couple of Marauders and Marines for spotting. This Reaper can hop up the cliff, give vision to units on the low ground, and take out buildings like this pylon, which are just so conveniently placed near the edge here. So this Reaper is going to move in. It's actually not a Cawthon Luck build just yet. This Reaper is just going to get some scouting information, and now a bunker is being built here at the natural expansion of TT1, so there's no way he's going to be able to expand anytime soon. More units just being made for QXE for the time being, but TT1 looks like he is just trying to get more gateways up. Soon he'll be at 3. Does not have work gate tech finished just yet, but now it is going to complete here. We do see the vision coming into play. That Reaper hopped up the cliff, and all these units down here got to shoot away at these probes and pylons. Looks like not a lot of damage was done, but QXE can retreat back to his bunker here and actually place another one as he continues to rally units to this natural expansion location. TT1 warping in sentries primarily. It's going to be good for force fielding his ramp in case QXE ever does get gutsy enough to try and move up that ramp. 3 gates are now finished with warp gate completed, so they can just warp in wherever they please, up the cliff or down the cliff down here. And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to send some stalkers. Unfortunately for him, QXE was running a Marine past him at that exact moment, so these Marauders are going to come attack this stalker. These stalkers are pretty much forfeit at this point unless these units can come join them very quickly. 2 Stalkers actually were killed there. A single Marauder pinned by 4 or 5 force fields. Not the best use of energy, unfortunately, for TT1. These Marauders are still just shooting away at the sentry. Concussive Shell is just so very good, even as an upgrade, instead of just being stock upgrade with the unit. You know, back in the beta, you didn't have to upgrade concussive shells. They just started with the slowing mechanic, and now it's just a very cheap, very quick upgrade, and it's still really, really good. So TT1 is just going to walk right past these bunkers, and QXC says, alright, leave your base undefended, and I'll see what I can do. He's going to start shooting away at these probes. Might even do a little bit of split screen here. We'll watch TT1's attack, and I'll put QXC's in the split screen. So TT1's moving up here with lots of Stalkers, lots of Zealots, lots of Sentries, taking out as many SCVs as he possibly can. This bunker up here is not going to complete. TT1 actually has a very solid force here, and it looks like we're getting into a little bit of a base trade, not a base trade scenario, but just 2 attacks going on at one time, each player trying to weaken the other one as much as they possibly can. I'm going to pull up units real quick and we can take a look at the workers. TT1 actually has 25 probes against 19 SCVs here, so TT1 actually looking a little bit favorable as he continues to just kill these SCVs, repairing this bunker. 1 more SCV repairing. Now this bunker will go down before these 3 can show up. Only a couple of Marauders here to try and fight against all these Tier 1 units of TT1 still. I have to think that TT1 is getting the better end of this exchange. Now this Marauder was even pulled from outside of TT1's base to come help defend. TT1 is probably going to be able to kill it off. We'll switch back to production right here and see that QXC was building his command center for a while, but now since he's been under attack, has only been able to build Marauders to try and defend against this. 2 Sentries, 2 Stalkers still alive, a couple of Marauders available trying to fight here. Force fielding the ramp still. Great presence of mind from TT1 to block that off so that Marauder can't come up there, and even more SCVs being killed off. If we look at units, QXC is down to only 9 SCVs, TT1 sitting at a comfortable 29 probes, and he's even making Immortals now to deal with these Marauders that QXC's been building. QXC doesn't have any additional tech. He's got single-digit workers now. Things are not looking good for our Terran player here, as TT1's forces finally get swept up. There's only 9 SCVs and a mule against 31 probes. This attack up here was actually thwarted pretty easily with all these warp-ins from TT1, and QXC was not able to come support these 2 Marauders. And TT1's just going to throw up a Guardian Shield. He's got these Immortals, these Bunker Busters, as I like to call them. Well, that's probably the first time I've ever called it that, but it seems like a fitting name. Anyway, TT1 is a massive army. QXC is on the run back home. He's only got a few SCVs able to repair these bunkers here at his ramp, or this single bunker. There used to be 2. Now there's only 1. A second one is going down, but TT1's not going to slow down. He might even bring a probe over here to help build a forward pylon, but TT1 is taking this time to throw up a Nexus at his natural expansion. He knows that QXC is reeling from that attack, so he's just going to continue pressuring him here at his ramp. He can even drop force fields and choose when he wants the battle to stop. He can just throw a force field and run away. Very nice ability from these little Tier 1 sentries. That's why you spend the gas on them. Oh, here comes the probe finally to build a pylon here in the front. Start warping in very, very quickly. An Immortal right here joins the fight. Bunker Busters. These 2 bunkers should actually go down pretty quick, unless QXC basically pulls all of his SCVs. So the army size right now, we've got 68 food army against only 37 of QXC. Looking at units, only 9 fighting units here, only 13 for TT1, but these Immortals are just so strong, and these guys don't even have stim pack research just yet. It is only about a quarter of the way done, but TT1 could actually move in here and do a lot of damage before that stim pack even completes. So QXC actually did build a factory and is now getting a starport up as well. He's just been cranking out SCVs and mules from this orbital command instead of lifting it off anywhere. He wants to resaturate his main mineral line before he does anything weird, like taking it to another base. TT1 spreading pylons all over the map. He's even got a Stalker checking out other bases just to make sure that QXC is, in fact, pinned into his base. So TT1's going to check all these other bases, start to move up here in the front. Oh, he pins all of these Marauders with just 2 very well-placed force fields. That is going to make a massive difference here. These bunkers cannot be repaired. More force fields go down, so the SCVs can't repair. That is just amazing use of that force field. This bunker is going to go down, no SCVs around to be able to repair it. TT1 really just has the superior unit numbers here and just a very good composition. All these force fields coming out of these sentries who've been saving energy this entire time. He can continue to warp in from that little pylon at QXC's natural. He's going to take out this tech lab as it's researching stim pack. Oh, he might not take it out, but it doesn't matter because QXC already GG'd. The game is over. TT1 got a very beneficial attack there as he was being attacked at his own base. He managed to kill a lot of QXC's workers, and QXC just was not able to recuperate from that, while TT1 continued to warp in unit after unit from these 4 gates. This one wasn't even made into a warp gate. He just was working off of 3 and saturating the second nexus towards the second half of that game. So QXC has been eliminated from the Root Warzone. Fnatic's TT1 will be moving on into that best of 3 format quarterfinals. And I'm going to cast more games from this tournament, so I'll see you soon.